What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Maal with Maal Reaction. Today, we're back with a little bit of a different thing we usually do. We're doing the Wheel of Time Origins. So a lot of you guys have told us that we need to watch this since we already seen the first season, and it will explain a lot of things that we had questions about, right?
Right.
So, not much really to talk about pre-watching this, so I'm ready to just get into it.
Okay. I don't know what they mean by the 8 corners. The fourth age, what does that mean?
Maybe like a reset, because we saw that there was a different future, like a futuristic.
3,000 years ago, Luz Therin and the forces of light struck the Dark One and sealed him away.
I'm guessing that's the... Okay, that's the Dark One we saw. So they do have records of all this.
With this, Luz Therin lost his mind.
Why does that name sound familiar?
He murdered his beloved wife. He slew
What?
his children she bore him. His friends. His court.
That's
everyone.
horrible.
The Dark
He
One
literally
released
went
Luz
mad.
Therin from his madness, just to show him what he had done. But it wasn't Luz Therin alone who suffered.
Oh, he didn't even realize he did it.
No male Aes Sedai was spared, and so began the Breaking Madness.
Oh my god.
So I wonder if that's what like ended everything.
It was
Right.
a time of unchecked,
Started.
rage that destroyed the world. They changed the face of the world and ended the Age of Legends. Humanity is driven to the brink of extinction. What few survivors remained are scattered across a broken and unrecognizable land.
Wow. They literally restarted the world like we saw,
Breaking
basically.
Yep.
lasted over 100 years. And
100.
Enzo
So I wonder
Luz,
what
the
age
last
that was.
Chandler
Was that
alive, is gentle.
that's it? You know what I
By
mean?
then, entire civilizations had disappeared.
Wow.
Centuries of progress and knowledge gone.
That is
The very
horrible.
lives we
That's so
live today
sad.
are shaped by this immeasurable loss.
Is this the library? Talk about breaking, like that literally. They restarted everything.
1,000 years after the breaking,
Oh, okay,
battles
1,000
still
years.
raged against the forces of the Dark One. Their city against Trollocs, dark friends, and dreadlords, until they could no
Oh,
longer
wow.
hold the river from crossing.
This was like the last of them, I guess.
Yeah, this motherfucker right here.
Yep. I forget what they call him.
Yeah.
What the hell is he saying? That's some
Trollocs
freaking...
right there.
That's horses.
No,
Is it?
that's
Oh no, that's
Trollocs.
Trollocs. That's some sinuous sacrifice shit he's whispering.
And the sword that could not be broken. Was
She's
shattered.
messed up. Who is she? Trolloc took his
Yeah,
crown.
took his shit right off.
Walls of the emptied city, Queen Eldrine sank with
Queen
King Amon's
Eldrine.
death. And so her heart and kingdom found their end.
Did she do that though?
Wow.
Was that like? Did she channel and do that, or
She like channeling through the
that
wave.
blast?
It looks like it.
And today, in the two rivers, where Manethrin once stood, the wheel
The
The
crown.
crown.
continues to turn.
You know, they never show anybody with the crown in the show, right?
No, someone found it though.
But that's the two rivers where they all came from, right?
Yeah.
When the island of Tarvalon splits the mighty river Erin into two halves.
This is the two rivers.
Thousands of years ago, long before the walls of our great city were raised by Ogier hands,
Oh wow.
the Age of Legends was a time of advancement.
Mm.
Philosophy, science,
Oh, so they know
technology.
about this.
Yeah.
What little knowledge survived the breaking
I was
unleashed
wondering.
incredible progress.
It makes me wonder if the younger
Society
generation
benefited
know
through
about
true
this.
Yeah, that's what I'm
collaboration
wondering,
as
too.
Female and male Aes Sedai work together with each half of the one power. Saida and Saidin, woman and man,
Oh,
halves of the whole.
Saida,
Two
Saidi.
paths from the same source. When men touch Saidin, it's wild and unwieldy, a raging torrent resisting. And after the Dark One corrupted Saidin, the madness is unavoidable.
Wow, that really sucks.
Yeah.
When women touch the true source with Saida, we surrender and guide. In its gentleness we find its infinite power. To master these waters will take time and practice. My daughters, let us begin.
Is this like what we
Only thing
saw in
your
the beginning
minds
of the
Yeah.
first episode of them like jumping into the water?
I wish we get more some kind of flashbacks with how how it was like per
But like
episode.
you want more of like when it was more futuristic looking?
Yeah,
The
I'm just
cities,
curious.
the big cities.
Yeah, I'm just curious. And I
Yeah.
want to see like the downfall, like visually. I know this is like slightly hinting at it, but I want to see it visually. Like
I just
the
don't know how you
downfall.
lose all that knowledge. Because you would think like we're based out like in our world now, you would think like many years later you would find like little pieces of technology still laying around.
Well, I mean, they said 1,000 years, so that's enough for Mother Nature to grow over and stuff like that.
But it's not like 1,000 years of uninhabitants. That's one thing. Saying 1,000
Depends.
years because there was no inhabitants on the world anymore, I can see that. But people kept living.
Yeah.
So it's not like it was 1,000 years of overgrowth and no one here. Like
I think the population
people were
dwindled a
here.
lot. That's why.
I don't know. I would like to understand that better.
Another finds its beginnings.
Is that Moraine's girl voice?
I don't think so.
It sounds like it.
They met under common cause.
His
to
girl,
protect
her
the
girlfriend.
world from
Yeah.
further
It might be.
devastation.
By the way, she looked older than the
While
new trailer.
male Aes Sedai continued their descent into
That's
madness
dope.
and destruction, the island of Tarvalon was chosen. Those lucky enough to get called to the shore will choose their Aja.
So they only get a ring
See that painting?
once
for
they're
their own
accepted.
specific
Yes.
purpose. Warriors, standing ready.
Guess Trollocs. Whoa, that's dope.
Yeah, that
Keepers
looks
of the
really cool.
past. Seekers of justice. Law-focused diplomats.
So these are all the different factions
Yeah.
And reason.
and colors.
And those dedicated to preventing the wrong and dangerous use
Yeah.
of the one
So the
power.
red. Yeah, those were all factions.
The hall of the tower is our central council, represented by 3 sitters from each Aja.
Mm,
Here
Is
we
Aja
vote
factions?
factions
Yeah.
over. On the
that's her
throne,
seat.
The Amelin seat.
The Emerald seat.
Here I was sworn in as the Watcher of the Seals.
Oh, she
the
was
flame of
the
Tarvalon,
Emerald seat.
chosen for life. It was no accident that we chose the island of Tarvalon in plain view of Dragonheart. It's a message, spoken to all generations, a reminder of the past, a warning that the Dragon Reborn will come.
So I'm guessing the Dragon Reborn
Has to come
maybe
from
laid
that
waste to
mountain.
everything.
Yes, I think. Well, I think the men in general
Yeah.
fucked the
One of
whole
the
world
reasons,
up
right?
because they all went crazy.
Yeah.
But when they say like they did it in front of that mountain, they mention that in the show.
Yeah.
That Rand came from that mountain, the Dragon Mountain.
But yeah, he's the dragon.
Yeah, but I think that's why they're saying that they built it close to that mountain. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what they're insinuating.
I think with the COVID thing, they could have done some of this.
Indeed, the very rare and unusual.
Wow, this sounds like
Ogier
Gandalf or
who
something.
will decide
That is Ogier.
to leave their steading homes.
They always talk slow, deep, sound like freaking
In the years
Barry
that
White over
followed
here.
the breaking, during the long exile, we
That's
Ogier
enough.
wandered lost in search
That's an
of our
Ogier?
city.
I mean, they have elf-like ears, don't they?
It was then
ogres?
that Ogier began to succumb to the longing, to the point of death.
This one feels very Lord of the Ringish.
No lovelier place than an Ogier grove.
Those
With its
trees are
great
huge.
trees, some stand towering since the age of legends.
Wow, they're huge.
No shadow spawn will enter.
Wow,
You see the base of that tree?
that's massive.
Oh my God! Do you see how small he is?
Yeah, that's like the biggest few houses. Who the hell cut that down?
There is
I don't know.
That's insane. How would you be able to cut that down?
while human
What do you? Oh yeah, I'm about to say, do you see any females right there? What
when
is
we
that?
sing
A
to
boat?
the forest, it is much as if the earth itself sings to us.
This episode is very pretty, like drawn beautifully.
Maybe I'm missing something because everybody kept saying they would answer some questions, a little bit, but not as much as I thought it would be. It will answer questions. All right, guys, that was the Wheel of Time Origins. 6 episodes straight we just watched. I mean, it wasn't long, but
Yeah, shorts.
Yeah, they were shorts. So how'd you feel about that?
I mean, I do agree that it gave a little insight, but really, I was expecting, I guess, more insight, maybe.
Yeah.
But it was a good explanation for some things, I guess.
Yeah.
In the past,
A little bit of backstory on
like
some
they just
things.
kind of fluffed a little bit more information out, but it
Yeah.
wasn't anything.
Leaves me more curious.
I don't know. I guess what I'm expecting is probably only information I can get if I actually read it,
Read it, yeah. It seemed like a lot
which
of people.
I don't plan on reading it.
A lot of people who watch our videos have
Too
read the
long.
books, which
Yeah.
I feel kind of left out because I don't understand the ins and outs of everything. So I don't
That's
have
a
the
lot of
time to
books.
actually read these books.
Yeah.
But I wish I had the knowledge, at least like my knowledge for comics. I wish it was the same as like the books for these. It makes me interested in what can happen. Hopefully, they can redeem themselves. Just going off the trailer, it looks like they are doing what they actually want in for the show. We'll see. Hopefully, that airs by next year. Did they even give it a date on that?
I believe they did not give a date.
Yeah. So
if they did, maybe in the description, but I didn't look.
I mean, obviously, they got to be at this point, at least in post production. Hopefully, it comes out late next year, around the time the first season came out, which was like late in the year.
The fall.
Yeah, hopefully in the fall or like early winter, right?
Right.
So I'm ready for that at this point now because goddamn motorcycle. I'm ready for that because I want to see the direction they can do what they couldn't do in the first season. Hopefully that works out for them and makes the show better because they were restricted, obviously. But even watching this, even though it didn't answer all my questions, it answered some, but it makes me more curious in the direction they could go because I feel like a lot of this was about the past.
Right. It was about the past and kind of picking up the pieces. And whoever that ambulance seat was, that was not Marine's girl.
Yeah.
She did not have the tattoos, not the same skin tone, not the same hair.
Well,
that was a different ambulance seat.
Well, to be fair, I did show you the pictures what they look like in the books. And some are not the same color. Race. So.
Yeah, but if we're talking about the same company making these after the show, if it was the same people, I'm pretty sure they would have them drawn out to be looking the same.
I feel like they drew them how the books would make them look like. That's me personally. But we will see if they continue that.
I don't know about that.
But anything else you want to add?
No. I don't think so.
It just makes me more curious at the direction they're going to go next season.
Yeah.
Even though this was not done, this was done before the second season was in production. Hopefully,
I think I understand a little bit better about the one power like splitting and stuff.
Yeah.
And I understand a little bit more.
You're talking about in the past.
Yes. Yeah. Of how that actually works out because I was a bit confused. Yeah. But I think I don't if it was episode 4 or 5 that explained it. I think 5.
Yeah.
But I think I understand a little bit more of how that happened.
Yeah.
And why it was different for the men and the women.
Yeah.
So that was a bonus feature, but other than that, yeah, I just want to know more without having to do the work of reading it all.
It's a lot to take to just sit there and read books. And, hopefully the season 2 lives up to your standards and what you know from the books. If it does, let us know when it comes to, and we will be reacting to season 2.
Yes.
So can't wait for that, can't you?
No, I cannot wait for that.
All right, guys. So this is Maal and Jay with the Wheel of Time. Looking forward to season 2. All right. Yeah. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the little bell to get the latest notifications. Check us out on our Patreon, and we will catch you guys on the next one.